Alright, we're going to talk about Detroit to Thailand. I'm going to be looking at my phone because I like to yap a lot and I got to stay on top. Foremost, I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. 313 for life. What up, though? You already know what's up. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, born and raised. And ever since I was a little girl, I just knew I wouldn't be there forever. I never felt like I fit in. I always felt like I was the oddball out. And also just the culture there. Even though the creativity aligned with me, the community aligned with me, the standoffishness and the flex culture, the vanity culture, and even if we're being real, the toxic culture that's there, because there's a lot of toxicness in Detroit, it didn't align with me. It never aligned with me. And even when I tried to align with it, a lot of karmic retribution started happening in my life. A lot of bullshit started happening. And I was just like, baby, God don't want me to be a bad person. Because I'm getting whooped. Something else is that my grandmother literally told my family before I even hit my double digits in ages that she's going to travel. Like, she's not going to be here for a long time. She's going to travel the world. And even a lot of the trauma I went through in my childhood in Detroit, I didn't have the best history and energy with Detroit. So capitalism was also something else that was running me dry. Everything was getting expensive. Everything was getting priced out. And it was forcing me to slave away to a country that don't respect me or my ancestors. It was redundant. America really decided to stop hiding who it was in recent years. So I just knew I had to leave because they're going to turn it up a notch. Like, America's literally falling and burning, and I didn't want to stick around. So now we're going to talk about the catalyst, which is the financial shift. So the real shift happened in March of 2026. I went from making $375 a month with TikTok shop commissions to $9,200, $9,500 because my numbers had loaded up. They had some glitches, whatever. And from resale, I made like $1,000. VFA, I made like $500. So basically, I hit my first 5 figures at 26 in March of 2026, strictly from my phone. And it was literally from affiliate work, digital marketing, resale, herbal products, but mainly affiliate marketing, which is a passive income for me. So originally I was looking for roommates in Detroit. I was going to stay there. I was trying to like work out with a new friend I had made, but the more I got to know her, I was like, actually, I don't want to be friends with you. You cool girl, you just not my cup of tea. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to just live by myself. But getting a car and getting a home in Detroit would have took majority of the money I made versus obviously moving here. So I chose Thailand. And now we're going to talk about why I chose Thailand. So why Thailand? First off, because of the nature. The nature is one of the biggest pros here. If you know me, you know I'm a nature girl. I call myself Vanessa Ferrier because that's my persona. The name Vanessa is my birth name, and it means flutterby, which is butterfly, which is why I have them tatted on me. You might see me wearing a lot of butterfly jewelry. And also fairy is the name I deemed for myself because I just love the mythical creature. And you know, fairies is like in trees and nature and shit, foraging and shit. Like, that's always the type of person I've been. The affordability was a really big thing here. That was a plus for me. My money will stretch a lot longer here, and we love that. As someone who grew up in poverty, baby, I would ever want to be in a predicament where I gotta be homeless or I gotta sleep in my car, anything again. I didn't grow up homeless, but I dealt with homelessness. I grew up in poverty where I'm like, damn, I would have rather been homeless than get my ass beat and abused by my father. Story time for another day. And also, I just wanted to push myself completely out of my comfort zone. That was important for me, to get out of my comfort and familiarity, because something about me is that I easily adapt. I can adapt very easily. Inconveniences and things that are complex or complicated has never been hard for me. And it could be, again, because of my childhood, because I dealt with a lot of that in my childhood. And it also could be because it's a gift. It could be a curse or a gift, whatever you want it to be. So I also wanted to go somewhere where the economy actually appreciates me being there. Like, it's a lot of shit being talked about Thailand right now. Like, I'm leaving Thailand, don't go to Thailand. Don't base your experience off what these people talk about online. Even me. You don't have to go specifically to Thailand. Go wherever you want to go. Just make the money so you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Follow my teaching page of Vanessa Ferry N so you can do it. Because you can. Because I did it. And so many other people you've seen online do it. All you have to do is literally do it and stay consistent with it. I promise you it's so much easier than clocking into a job you hate. I promise you. But the thing is, my money, it was appreciated here. Even when I give tips and gratitude here, it's appreciated. Like, you know, it's a very kind place. I'm a very kind person. I'm firm and direct, and I don't think that cancels out the kindness, but it's like that. Like, I like to be around people who's nice. I don't like standoffishness. I don't like defensiveness. In Detroit, you always got to be on your shit. Like, damn, I always got to be on guard when I go outside. That's exhausting. I can't be in my feminine energy. I can't be a woman. I can't be soft. I can't be peaceful because I'm always on guard. Even in Detroit, I was jumped by 5 men. I went through some shit. We're going to talk about it in later videos, but the United States was just becoming a place where, baby, feminine energy can't even exist. It's an attack on femininity, and I'm not talking about that white woman feminism shit. I'm talking about actual attracting nurturing, curating, creating, you know, watering what you create. I couldn't do that in the States because they constantly eating it up. The more money I make from TikTok shop, they're eating it up. I'm getting taxed more that I'm out of here. So yeah, also being somewhere that didn't stereotype me was a plus. I don't feel stereotyped. I don't feel judged when I'm here. Now don't get me wrong, the most looks that I've gotten is from other European retirees. Like, how is she in the same spot as us? And that's what I love. I want to go around the world and I want people to stare at me. I want them to ask who I am, where am I from? I'm a black American woman. My generations run 5 generations deep. On my father's side, when I did Ancestry.com, his side was literally started from breeding plantations. Legal sex trafficking, if you will, because that's all that was. Legal cannibalism, that's all that was. And my mother's side was started from like Jewish breeding and creating mulattoes and other people. So I just knew it was ordained and it was written for me to do this, because even outside of current reality, the United States is somewhere I truly feel Black Americans will never be able to be safe, to be free, to be happy. And as a Black woman, I got tired of slaving for a country. Like, damn, I'm getting pulled over by cops. Damn, I'm seeing people getting hung and lynched like it's the 60s still. Even when I used to be out there in the streets with the Black Lives Matter protests in 2020, like, it was all stupid. It was a waste of time because I'm trying to get a country that fucking hates me to see me and understand me. America don't like Black. America don't like nobody unless it's like dollar signs in front of the name. So I left. People did try to talk me out of it, of course. You know, a lot of people was just like, oh, so soon, it was so abrupt. But the gag is, if you really know me, like if you really know me and pay attention, even online, I'm a traveler. I like to travel. It was deemed, it was ordained. And just because I was in a relationship for 2.5 years, and I rested, once that was over, I was like, yeah, I'm going back out into the world. I don't even care about dating. I don't care nothing about men. I'm just here to curate the reality I want. What will be, will be. Even my ex, I love him down. It was very hard to leave. But I just knew I got too comfortable. I'm not growing anymore. I've outgrown this space. So that's what it was for me. And it wasn't him. It was just Detroit, period. Because even him, I'm like, come out here. Let's work. Let's heal. Black love can really thrive if you're not surviving. That's something about a lot of Black love in the States. They don't thrive because we got to survive and be on defense all the time. It's exhausting. I had a vision for my life, and I was going to chase it. It didn't matter who or what was saying what. I was going to create that vision. So the transition. Now, the most complex part of the journey was surviving the longest flight of my life to get here. That's how you know it was a pretty easy journey. But let's be real. If I'm going to continue going international, which I am, I'm definitely going to work harder for my money because I'm going first or business class. I like privacy. I like comfort. I like to lay back. And even though my flight was pretty affordable, it was like $1,000 and probably $100 because my bags was overweight. I just knew it was going to be. I paid it anyways. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna make that money to pay that $7,000 next time. Like, I want to get to the point where money's not even an issue, because it's really just the energy. That's what I believe. But I got on that plane anyways. A lot of people are like, I couldn't fly that long. I couldn't do international because I don't like the flight. Okay, cool. You can limit yourself like that. But I was saying the same thing, and I still purchased that ticket because I knew ain't no other way for me to get over here. What, I'm gonna go down a boat? Baby, I got boat trauma. I just said I'm a Black American. They brought some of my ancestors over on the fucking boat. So the main lesson that I want you to take from this journey, as I document it and talk to y'all about it, is you have to stop waiting for the right time, and you simply have to create it. You have to curate it. You gotta stop waiting on it, babes. And a lot of people sit around praying, manifesting, you know, waiting for results just to drop from sky daddy hands. Here you go, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, we were made in his image. That's what y'all forget. The same work ethic and the same things. I ain't gonna say like the same things, you know. I can't die and come back alive like Jesus did. But I can definitely create the reality I want, be the goddess of my own world. And I realized I have to actively work and curate the life I want to quantum jump. I couldn't just speak it into existence. I had to put that work in. So even when my videos wasn't making a lot of money, baby, I was still posting 10 times a day. I was still cross-platform posting. I was still working on the digital products. I was still thinking about, okay, even though I'm not making the numbers that my coaches is, how can I create digital products to sell to people? Because I know what I'm doing. I trusted myself and I trusted the journey. You gotta do that while you're putting the work in. If you don't trust the journey and work, it's gonna take a lot longer than it needs. And it don't have to take that long, okay? It literally, I made the decision in March. I blinked, May 10th was here, and I'm sitting here and talking to y'all on video. It happened overnight. And even over here, I do feel like the days go by a lot faster, but they're a lot slower, so it doesn't seem as fast as it did in the US. So the mind frame, did I have doubt, fear, anxiety? Absolutely. Even grief. There's still a lot of grief going on right now, but it's definitely dissipating. It's getting thinner, the air is getting more clear to breathe, the sun is getting brighter. Like, I am feeling more like grounded and grateful that I made the decision. And if you're asking me, was it worth it? 100%. Would I do it again? 100%. It's only been 2 weeks. Some people say I'm in the honeymoon phase, but ain't no honeymoon phase when your life is a honeymoon. Fuck all that. People be trying to talk that negativity when it gets real. Baby, if you listen, it's not even about being a black American. If you're tired of getting beat down by your government, by your job, by your relationships, if you're tired of not being acknowledged, you're tired of being a second pick, you're tired of being overlooked, you're tired of playing your damn self, because sometimes what you're going through ain't nobody's fault but yours. You're tired of being depressed, you're tired of being anxious, you're tired of being sad. You gotta make that decision to change your life. You gotta put the work in and run towards that decision. When I say I ran out the States, because I wasn't finna wait till Orange Dump tell me, my fellow Americans can't leave. I wasn't waiting for that to tell me nothing. Baby, I'm going for it. My camera did not catch the rest of the video, but luckily I was just closing it out, and I wanted to leave you all with one thing. Please witness my journey and use it as inspiration and fuel to curate and create the life you want. When I say I want humanity to win so bad, I don't want whatever you want to consider them devils, lower vibrational beings that's trying to get you to shrink yourself, to doubt yourself, to win. Because you are literally the author of your own life, babe. I'm telling you, if you was created, that's enough proof right there to show you that you are allowed and you are worth whatever it is you want. Oh my gosh, look at me looking at the video with the bug. Girl, that's so American coded. Anyways, child, thank you so much for watching this video, y'all. Make sure you follow me at Vanessa Farian on all platforms to see my global international travels. And if you are interested in learning more of the financial foundation of how to build remote income for your phone, follow my professor, or I can't use that word, teacher profiles at Vanessa Ann Teaches. I'll catch y'all in the next video. If you are in Hua Hin and you're a business, you're a hotel, you're a brand of any sort, and you want to work and connect on marketing or how to make more income for your brand, because I can create you a plan, let's do it. Let's work. And if you got any questions about traveling abroad, definitely shoot me a message. Peace, fam.